to my July monthly reset and summer reset. So I've been wanting to do these two videos. Obviously I do my monthly resets every month, and here we are at July. We're also almost at my 1 year of doing these every single month. I also wanted to do a little summer reset video talking about creating a summer bucket list, buying more summer produce, just like getting us all in the mood for summer. So I thought I would combine the two videos. So this video is not only gonna have my usual monthly resets, like a budget with me, goal setting and tracking, and content recap, but we're also gonna throw in some fun summer aspects. So I'm really excited for this video. The only downside, guys, is that it is not very summery out today. It's rainy, so it is very gloomy out. It's like 70 Fahrenheit. We're not gonna let that stop us from having a little summer reset. Because honestly, guys, it is pretty much July, and June, as I said at the beginning of my June monthly reset, is one of my favorite months. And I feel like I've been working so hard this month. We had a launch, I've just been working so hard and feeling a little bit stressed this month, and I haven't been able to enjoy summer to the fullest. I've had some fun weekends here and there, but honestly, I just feel like I'm in need of this summer reset myself, and to focus and be like, okay, Hannah, this is one of your favorite seasons. It's time to get down to business. It's time to enjoy it. So I normally start each reset video with my monthly goals, but I need to head to the grocery store. So we're gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna come back, unload my groceries, and then we'll chat goals. I made a little grocery list this morning, and how I'm making this a part of the summer reset is because I've been so busy in June, I haven't had time to cook as many, yummy, delicious meals as I would like. I've made a lot of just pasta, ordered a lot of pizza. So I'm gonna try to buy a lot of produce at Trader Joe's today. We're gonna get some summer fruits and veggies like cucumber, carrots. I don't know if those are technically summer, but berries, avocado. We'll come back and chat goals and all of that. So thank you guys for watching. We are at Trader Joe's. The sun is starting to come out, which is exciting. Trader Joe's was playing country music, and honestly it just gave the best vibes, the best summer vibes. If you don't like country music, I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite genres. So here's what I got from Trader Joe's. Like I said, I tried to go in getting really fresh food, a lot of produce. So we did do a lot of produce, and actually all of this came out to about $82. So not too bad for the quality of meats I got. I got organic ground beef. I've never had these before. They're pre-seasoned and deveined shrimp, and I've always wanted to cook shrimp myself because I love it and it's so summery. I've never had Trader Joe's salmon. I usually get Whole Foods, but this is obviously enough salmon for 2, maybe 3 meals for me, so that's great. To get some frozen stuff, but then also, like I said, a lot of produce. We got organic blueberries, red peppers, avocados, arugula, spring mix, cucumbers, shredded carrots, tomatoes, and then also just some bread, soyaki. I feel like this would be really good on the salmon too one night. Oat milk, and burrito tortillas. So what is you doing? We're gonna put all this away and make us a healthy lunch. My bedroom isn't set up exactly how I want it to be, but I think this does look good. It does look like a good little setup behind me. Okay, so now let's talk about my June highs and lows, my June goal recap, and setting goals for July. My low for June, I think I kind of talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but it just felt like I wasn't making the most of the month. I still have a week left of June when I'm filming this reset because I have to film them early, but I just felt like I was very work focused. I needed to be, bills are due. My highs for the month, I got to move in with this guy and his sister Sissy and their mom Skylar. My friend Skylar, I need to have her in a video soon, just our work schedules. She's gone majority of the day while I'm filming and whatnot. I love this apartment. It's just making me so much happier having a roommate again and having pets, and just having it feels like a home. This apartment feels super homey, and I'm just loving that. So that's been really great so far. My second high would be the launch of the Dreamer Journals, our cottage collection. I was looking for it, it's in my lap. I use the lilac journal, but we have the pink petal one as well. And so this launch I was really stressed about. It was our first launch of the year for Dream Daily, which is crazy that we're halfway through the year and just had our first launch, but it went super great, honestly. There was an influencer community event, which I did a whole vlog on that week. So definitely go check that out if you're interested, because it's a super cool vlog, very unique. unique things happening. And I put on my first influencer event and it went so well, and just being at the event and doing it, it just like reignited my love for event planning. It felt so creative. It was amazing seeing this idea, this goal I had for the event come to life. Okay, so let's recap the goals I set for June in my last reset video, and then we'll talk about if I hit them or not. The first goal I had for June was to play a sport outside 1 time a week, and I think this happened. Memorial Day weekend, which I'm gonna count as June, we played pickleball with friends. That was a super fun summery weekend. We like had a cookout, went on a boat, played pickleball. Oh, my second goal was to post 3 times a day on the Dream Daily TikTok, which I have been doing on weekdays. And it's just now helping. After a month of doing it and not seeing very little traction, we just had one kind of blow up. So it's just a reminder to like keep posting, because you never know what it's gonna take. And it's annoying that I had to post so much content this month for like 1 video to blow up, but that's just the name of the game nowadays, you know? 3, I wanted to book a new sponsor. I don't know if it's just my channel or if other creators are feeling this too. I just feel like sponsors have been coming a little bit less, which is okay in my opinion, because thankfully I have my business to also help support me. I didn't sign one in June, but I have some on the horizon, so I think if those work out then we can do that. But technically I didn't meet this goal, which is actually crazy, because I used to book a few sponsors a month. Just being like totally transparent with you guys, this is something that I'm kind of going through with my content and all of that. And number 4 was have a successful launch, which I definitely think we've had. It kind of hit all of my expectations for it, and especially with the rise of our TikTok blowing up, I think this is helping a lot too. So now moving on to my goals for July. I'm gonna be honest guys, I am kind of burnt out from goal setting because I had so many goals in June. I had so many things I wanted to hit, and now a big goal of mine is to just keep pushing along, keep doing what I'm doing, and enjoy the summer as well. So that's like my first big goal for July, and how I'm gonna track that is I wanna complete half of my summer bucket list, which we're gonna create here in this video. And then I wanna try to post 2 times a week on YouTube for the whole month of July. I've been really good about posting every Monday. If you guys haven't noticed, every Monday in June there was a new video. And then occasionally when I have the extra content, I also post like on Wednesday or Thursday. But in July, I wanna try to post every Monday and every Thursday morning. And then my third goal, my last one, I'm just keeping it very simple and easy. My third goal is to pay my quarterly taxes. As a freelancer, small business owner, creative influencer, you're supposed to be paying taxes, and as a business, you're supposed to be paying taxes quarterly. You don't have to, because I haven't the past 2 years, and I haven't yet paid for the first 2 quarters of this year, but I'm hoping that I can get caught up on that. It's like, it stresses me out. I do not like that aspect, but I'm trying to change my mindset. So let me say, you know what? It's so easy to pay my quarterly taxes. I'm gonna figure it out again, because I've already done that once and I forgot, and it's gonna be super easy to do. I did just write all those down in my Lilac Dreamer Journal. These are available for the summer, the perfect summer journal, you guys. I absolutely love it, so definitely check it out. Guys, I don't know what this angle is, but I'm kind of liking it. I wanted to give you a sense of the vibes right now. The next part of this reset is going to be creating our summer 2023 bucket lists. So I started brainstorming one earlier this month before I switched journals. This is our Dreamer Journal in Matcha and then in Lilac. But basically we're gonna brainstorm some fun ideas, because we're gonna try to make the most of the summer. And I, ever since I was a little girl, have always made summer bucket lists. Even like with my mom, like we would make them every summer when we were out of school. I'm putting this in my journal because it's easy for me to check off, but I actually made a little freebie for you guys on the Dream Daily website. It's a free download if you want a place to write down like activities to go, foods to eat. It's all on this little downloadable freebie you can get on my website if you need some help. But like I said, I like keeping it in my journal. There we go, summer 2023 bucket list. Okay, bonfire, pickleball, I've already done that, but we're just gonna put it down. Then volleyball, go to the zoo. Guys, I just went last weekend with Jimmy. We love going to the zoo. We went last June as well. Go to a Nashville Sounds game, which is like a baseball, minor league baseball. Do a paint party, or like a pottery painting class. I did that this winter, it was so fun. Game night, movie nights, gotta do that. That's like my favorite thing ever. Bike ride, indoor movie night, also like I'll put movie night at home, and then movie theater. And then I'm also gonna put outdoor movie. Lake day, so fun, kind of hard if you don't have a boat, but weddings. I've already been to 2 weddings this summer. I got 1 more to go to. Go to brunch. I actually don't go to a lot of brunches, guys. Like, I go to maybe a handful a year. Cabin retreat. I'm going on a little cabin book retreat that I am so excited for in July. Oh, s'mores. We love a good s'more. I want to do ice cream weeknight, like going and getting ice cream at night. All right, this is what it's looking like so far. Trying to think of more fun summer ideas. TikTok and Pinterest have a bunch of good ones that we can continue to add to it, or like as I do things. I need to see more lightning bugs, guys. I love lightning bugs, and I don't see them here in Nashville. I see them in East Tennessee, but I need to go see some more lightning bugs. Let me think of some ones to do at the beach. Read on the beach. I'll do pool day. We'll keep adding, but there's our list so far. I think it's going so good. So this is your sign to go make your summer bucket list because you won't regret it and it's so fun. And I can already tick off 5 items on my summer bucket list. So I feel like we're going pretty good. Hello friends, it is that time of the month where we budget and it is a different day. I wanted to finish the rest of this video on a sunny day and I just ran out of time the first day, but lo and behold, this whole week is rainy, so I'm sorry it's still cloudy. I promise this isn't the best lighting that this new apartment can hold. I promise it does get brighter in here. I feel like this is actually pretty bright for how dark it is outside, but we made a cup of coffee because I need something cozy and to get through this little budgeting portion. Also, this mug, guys, I made it myself. I painted it at like that one of those paint your own pottery places, but I kind of messed up the pattern on the back. So someone asked me in an Instagram story where the mug's from, and I was like, that's the biggest compliment because I did it myself, but you wouldn't want it if you saw the back. But also, I'm using this little mini mic because there's construction all over my apartment, all around it, and since it's midday, they're working, and I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me because God forbid you miss out on how much I spent this month. I am filming this when there's still about a week left in June, so I'm going to try to estimate up a little bit, and then we will set a new budget for July. So, in case you don't know, I use my Dream Achieve workbook for my budgeting, and there's just a simple budget page. I keep track of all of this, and then I use a credit card for all my personal expenses. I use the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I did a lot of research before getting my first personal credit card like this one, and this one was awesome. It's been awesome. I've had it for almost a year. So if you're curious, if you're wanting to start build your credit, if you want to be able to easily categorize your expenses, this does it all for me. I just go to my spending summary and that's how I'm getting these categories. I also love the perks. Like every year you get a $50 hotel credit that literally I'm using for a wedding I'm going to in August. A lot of sign-on points. So I'll have the referral link in the description box if you guys are interested. This is a really great starter personal credit card. All right. So in gas, I paid $46 and then I have about $25 in Lyft credits from going to a little event last night. So my budget for transportation, gas, and just getting around was $75. And I'm going to estimate that after this final weekend and week in Nashville, $85. So we're actually pretty close on that. Eating out was also very close, but I'm going to have to round it up because I know I'm going out to eat this weekend. Eating out, my budget was $150, and currently I've spent $140 eating out this month. Like I said, I'm going to round this up to $175 because I think I'll spend a good chunk of money this weekend on food and drinks, but still not too much over. Groceries is where I really saved. I think moving also helped because we were eating out a lot because I was moving. My very amazing mother gave me a gift card to Trader Joe's. I was able to use this last trip. So my grocery budget was $250 and I only have spent $89. We'll round that up to $90 on groceries. So for personal, I got my eyebrows waxed. That was $21. I had to buy things like a new hairbrush and some deodorant from Walgreens. That was $19. And then I also had an Amazon order for $42. Let me add those up. I budgeted $150 for personal and I spent $73. Entertainment is actually where I surprised myself and spent a lot more than I normally do. I normally don't spend a lot on entertainment because my entertainment is usually eating out and drinking. But this month we had some fun. I went to the movies twice, which was a total of $40. I bought my mom's ticket to one night to see Little Mermaid live action. And then also I took my boyfriend to the zoo for the day. So 2 zoo passes for the Nashville Zoo and parking, that was $60. So spent about $100 on entertainment this month. And then I always give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I budgeted $150. Oh, I got a car wash, which was $12. I also actually did have a few other Lyft charges that I found. It was under another transaction for about $30. So we are going to add that to other, even though it would go in transportation. So I was a little bit over my transportation budget. But with all of that, we're going to put other as I spent $42. And now let's tally it all up, shall we? Wow. Okay, I was under budget this month. Again, I still have another week. We tried to round up a little bit, but it could be varying. But I'm going to take this as a win. I budgeted for the whole month. I wanted to spend about $825, and I've only spent $565. This may be the lowest month yet for me. I'm really proud of that for June. Let's see if I can keep it up for July. So normally I just flip over to the next month, right? But this is actually the last month in my Dream Achieve workbook planner. This is 6 months long and I started it in January, I guess. So it's over, and my new planner, I need to grab one from the office, and I just forgot to do that today. I can just steal from my own inventory. I'm gonna write out my July budget here and I'll just transfer it over. Okay, so transportation for July. When I'm setting my budget for myself, I kind of like to just think real quick through the month, think about what I have happening, what I have going on, and kind of estimate based off of the plans that I know that I have. So in July, I know I'll go home for the 4th of July. I'm going on a little cabin retreat with friends. I want to enjoy the month, as you guys learned from my goals. So transportation, I'm going to do $75 again. I feel like that was pretty good. Eating out, again, I'm going to put $150 because I was really close to that. So I think that's a good goal for me. Groceries, I'm going to lower it a little bit. I'm going to try to be a little bit smarter with my grocery budget this month and only spend $150. Personal, like I said, if I get that 6-month haircut, it's going to be a little bit more. So I'll keep that at $150 as well. Entertainment, I think that's going to be a bit higher this month with things. So I'm going to put that at $100, and then I'm going to give myself $100 for other. So the total that I want to spend in July on these variable costs, I don't think I'm missing anything crazy. I just want to hang out with my friends outside. Like, that's all I want to do in July. My budget total that I want to spend in July is $725. So come back to the August reset to see if I stayed within this budget, and let me know if you guys set a budget too while you're watching this, or like if this inspires you to set one. I would just love to know, because I used to be a girl who never set a budget, and it's not like I'm super strict with it. I should be stricter, but I like to just check in throughout the month, be like, how am I doing on this? But it's just nice to have a guideline and know that I have a goal in place. But all right, let's move on to the content corner of this reset. It is time for the last part of this reset. I know this was a long one. Let me know your all's thoughts. Let me know if you liked having the summer reset be a part of it. If you were like, no, Hannah, keep it to the same, main sections. I don't care about these extra sections. Let me know. But I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite parts of these resets because I love talking content. If there's one thing about me you should know, it's that I love a good story. I love reading. I love TV shows. I love movies. And this used to just be my little book review section for the month, but I just turned this into a content corner, content roundup. So we're going to be talking books, TV shows, and movies that I have finished this month and giving my ratings. We're going to start with books. So I read 3 books this month. I read the second half of Kingdom of Ash, which is the Throne of Glass book number 7. But I have been working through this series for 6 months, maybe more. I think 8 months. Okay. Like, since the fall. I love Sarah J. Maas. She's the author of ACOTAR. This was like her first big series she wrote. And my friends love this series. I loved it, believe me. But I gave this 5 stars. Like, it has to be 5 stars because it is just the pinnacle of this saga of a series. And honestly, I thought it was going to wreck me. a lot more than it did. Everyone was telling me you're gonna cry so much, and I did cry a good amount throughout this book. Like, there were moments where tears were streaming down my face, happy and sad tears, but it didn't wreck me, and it wasn't as bad of an ending as I was expecting. I think ACOTAR is still my favorite. And then I think I can't decide if I like Crescent City or Throne of Glass more. I think once this third Crescent City book comes out in January, I'll be able to tell a little bit more, because right now there's only 2. I did love Throne of Glass, and here's my example of that I've been telling everyone. Aelin in the book, in Throne of Glass, she's the main girl, is my favorite girl in any Sarah J. Maas book. Out of all 3 series, she's my favorite protagonist. Like, I would die for Aelin. Like, I think she's the best female character. Okay, we're going to say a few spoilers here, so skip a little bit if you're reading ACOTAR. Feyre and Rysand are my favorite couple, but Aelin's my favorite girl, and ACOTAR is my favorite series, and Crescent City I do love, but I'm just excited to see where it goes. So I would love to chat more, because I could chat about this all day, so hit me up in the DMs. We can chat about Sarah J. Maas and Throne of Glass or whatever, but I'm so happy to be done with this series, because it feels good. And now we can move on to like the rest of this amazingness when she releases more books for Crescent City and ACOTAR. Okay, so the second book I read after reading that 900-page book, I needed something light. I wanted something easy. And so I read this 290-page book called Unbossly Manners. Basically, it's what it's like from the title. It's a smut read. It's very easy, workplace romance, and it was just a cute, easy read. I think I read it in a couple of days, and it was just something lighthearted that I needed after reading that super intense fantasy book ending. I was going back between 2 and 3 stars, so I think I would rate this one 2.5 stars. It wasn't anything amazing, but I was happy with the story. It kept me interested. I was excited to read it at night. Okay, then I read the very famous Happy Place. It just came out this year. Emily Henry's the author. She is the author of the other favorites, Book Lovers, Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation. Those are her 3 other main books. Out of those 3, I read them all. I think I remember Book Lovers to being my favorite. This book, if you haven't read it and you've read her other books, this one is similar to People We Meet on Vacation. So I have it on here on my Kindle because I just finished it last night. So this is fresh on my mind. It's about a couple that was engaged and then they broke up, but all their friend group doesn't know they're broken up, and they all spend the summer every year at this cottage beach house. And so they go again to this cottage house for their summer vacation, and they have to pretend that they're together. And so I was really excited for this book. Like I thought that was an amazing storyline. I was like, oh my gosh, I love the beach houses. We always go to the beach with friends. I was like, this is going to be such a cute summer read. It was very, not sad and like, oh, someone dies, but just kind of depressing. And I know Emily Henry, her books have a little bit more depth than like the typical romance rom-com book, but I don't know. I wasn't getting, I think from all of Emily Henry's books, even though they're all titled like Beach Read, Vacation, none of them give me like that happy, beachy feeling, which is fine, but I just wish they weren't marketed as that as much, because this is definitely a more serious, like deep love story rather than just a beach read that's fun about friends going on vacation. I don't know how to explain it. I think this is gonna be a hot take, but I rated it on Goodreads 2 stars. If I could give it 2.5, I'd give it 2.5. At the beginning of the book, I really liked it, but then as it kept going, I was like, I'm not loving this. It's not giving me the good, happy summer vibes that I turn to a book that has a cover like this. And usually it's bright pink if you have the real book. So I don't know, guys. Tell me your thoughts on Emily Henry, because I was really excited to read this. It got a lot of great reviews. I don't think I loved, let me say this. I don't love books that flip back in time in a relationship like they did with People We Meet on Vacation. I don't love that type of writing style, which is fine. It's different. I personally didn't really care as much when they would flip back to like their relationship in the winter, their relationship in college. I was like, I just want to know what's happening right now, like on this vacation. So for me, that kind of took me out of it a little bit. That's just a personal preference. But read this if you've read her other books and liked them. But I was let down, and I'm really sad about it because I was really excited to read it. I'm running on low battery on my camera, so we're going to go into TV shows because I need to talk about Ted Lasso. Me and my boyfriend finished the series. Oh my gosh. I hate how they did not tell us this was the final season till literally the last episode came out, and we're all like, okay, that was the last episode of the entire series, not just season 3. I don't have any hot takes with this. It's such a great show. I love how any age group, like pretty much, I feel like 13 to
grandparents can watch this show together, and it's just lighthearted and fun. There are deeper moments in the second and third season that give the characters a lot of depth. My favorite character arc, my favorite character by the end of this was Jamie and Rebecca. And those were the two characters I really disliked in season 1. So I just love that aspect to it. Okay, Skylar has gotten me into Love Island UK I think it's season 10, what we're watching, the new one that's literally coming out with episodes every night of the week. We're a little bit behind, but I don't have much to say because the season's currently happening, but I could never get into Love Island before, like past the first 2 episodes, but this one, she's just forced me to keep watching, and now I'm really enjoying it. I like a lot of aspects of it better than Bachelor. So yeah, I will be watching the new Bachelorette season though, coming up like next week. So this will be in my July recap because I watch it with friends and it's more of a social thing for me. Okay, so another TV show I finished was XO Kitty. This is a really, really cute spin-off of To All the Boys I Loved Before, Lara Jean Covey. This is her younger sister, Kitty Covey. I read the books, I loved the movies, and now Kitty has her own TV show where she goes to a Korean boarding school. I was not expecting to like this show as much as I did. I started it, I'm like, okay, this will just be like a cutesy thing. It's kind of how what happened with Summer I Turned Pretty, right? I was like, okay, this is gonna be a cute teeny bopper show. I don't love XO Kitty as much as Summer I Turned Pretty, but it was a really cute show, and spoilers, I'll say that if you're gonna watch it, don't listen here, but I love an enemies to lovers story. If you guys watch my book reviews, like the enemies to lovers storyline in romance is my absolute favorite. It's what will get me every time. It's what I prefer, and the fact that we kind of got that from this show and we didn't even know it till the end, I could sense it. Right? I could sense it with that one guy who was kind of at odds with her the whole show. There was a lot of twists and turns throughout this show, and I was pleasantly surprised with it. And I learned a lot about Korean culture that I didn't know before. So we love that. My camera died, so pardon the interruption, but I still have to talk about some movies I've seen this month and give you guys a little outro. And Goose is here. Of course, he's been in this whole video. Like, he is just the star of this video. The only movie I watched from Netflix by myself is The Wedding Date. It's an old rom-com that I had never seen, which is saying something because I have seen pretty much every rom-com from 1980 on. Amy Adams and Dermot Mulroney. You'll recognize them. It says, nervous about seeing her ex-fiance at her sister's wedding, a single woman hires a debonair escort to pose as her love-struck boyfriend at the ceremony. It's a tried and true plot line. I've read a lot of books where it's like, you know, the escort at the wedding. Tried and true, good movie. I love summer movies or like romance movies surrounding a wedding. Then a blockbuster film that I've seen is The Little Mermaid live action. Okay, I could talk about this movie all day. If you guys haven't watched my other videos or seen my Instagram story, you may not know how obsessed I became with this movie when it came out. I've seen it twice in theaters, and I've listened to the soundtrack a lot. To be honest, I knew I was going to like it because I love Disney live action movies. Like, I know people have a lot of thoughts on them. And obviously, like, a lot of times the cartoon has the most nostalgia. The animation in the cartoons, the drawings is prettier. So I knew I was going to like this movie because I like Halle Bailey and love Little Mermaid. The way Jonah, who plays Prince Eric, took me by surprise. I had no reservations about him. I was like, okay, he kind of looks like Eric. He's not the Eric I pictured, but that's okay. Like, I'm sure he'll do a good job, whatever. He was my favorite person in the whole movie. And I was not expecting that because obviously I love Halle. I think she did a phenomenal job. Her singing, her acting, I was really impressed with. And then Prince Eric, Jonah, I was not, like I said, I went in with no expectations for him. I was like, whatever. It's not about him. It's about Ariel. No. It is about them together because their romance on screen was so good. The new scenes they added in, the new songs like Wild Uncharted Waters and First Time in Forever. No, that's For the First Time is Halle's added song. Those two songs I listen to on repeat. They're so good. Jonah, amazing voice. The Kiss the Girl scene where she tells him her name. The way that they did that was all new and was amazing. Like, I am obsessed with these two characters. I just love them, guys. So if you like Disney at all, if you like The Little Mermaid story, if you like Halle Bailey, if you just want a feel-good, fun movie, go with your mom like I did, go with your girlfriends like I did, go as a date or go by yourself. Like, I could have gone by myself to see it again. I will be watching it nonstop when it comes out on Disney+. I loved it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this July reset, and I hope you guys have had an amazing June. Please comment down below a goal you had for this month and how it went. I know I asked you guys to comment a goal you had for June on the previous video, so tell me how did it go? And then also comment a goal you have for July, and we can revisit at the end of July in my August reset. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support this past month on my videos and my business. It does not go unnoticed. You guys allow me to do this, and I could not be more grateful. So thank you all so much, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.